Have you ever trusted someone so much you'd let them handle your entire future? Now, imagine that person was a lawyer, your family lawyer, the very man who sat at your dinner table, who prayed with your family, who held your father's hand on his deathbed. Now, imagine that same man using that trust to steal everything you were meant to inherit. This is the unbelievable true story of how one greedy lawyer rewrote a powerful man's will, stole millions of naira worth of property, and almost got away with it, until a determined son uncovered the truth. Would you have seen through the lies? Would you have fought for justice, even when the world called you crazy? Stick around and let us take you into the heart of a story that rocked a town in southeastern Nigeria. And when you hear what happened, don't forget to tell us what you would have done in the comments. Before we dive deep into this jaw-dropping story, take a second and hit that like button. Subscribe for more viral African stories like this. And share this with someone who values truth and justice. Have you ever suspected someone of hiding a family secret? Let us know in the comments. Your voice matters. Chief Obinna Okoro was a man of legacy. He built his fortune from the ground up. Farmland, real estate, transport business, even stakes in a popular bank. He was known across Anambra and beyond as a man of discipline and generosity. Every Christmas, he would donate hundreds of bags of rice to local churches and orphanages. His children were raised in wealth, but also with the importance of humility. His first son, Obinna, was groomed to take over the family empire. Obinna trusted him deeply, even taking him on trips to meet foreign investors. Everyone assumed that the will would reflect this mentorship. But fate had other plans. Chief Obinna died suddenly of a heart attack while attending a conference in Abuja. The entire town mourned. Business partners, government officials, and extended family flooded their compound for weeks. Then came the reading of the will, the moment that changed everything. Obinna, his siblings, and several uncles gathered in the family living room. The air was heavy with expectation. Mr. Adewale, the family lawyer, a calm, sharp-dressed man in his 50s, stood with a brown folder in hand. "This is the last will and testament of Chief Obinna Okoro," he announced. He began reading. The cars were left to the youngest son. A small apartment building was willed to a distant cousin. And then, the bombshell, "To Amaka Nwosu, I bequeath the following: all lands in Enugu, the 5-bedroom mansion in Awka, and 70% ownership of Okoro Enterprises Limited." The room went silent. "Who is Amaka?" Obinna asked, visibly shaking. No one answered. Even Mr. Adewale simply looked down at his papers. Some uncles shifted in their seats. One of them, Uncle Uche, muttered, "This must be a mistake." Another murmured, "Obinna never mentioned an Amaka." The tension was unbearable. Obinna could feel a storm brewing inside him. Obinna couldn't sleep that night. He tossed and turned, haunted by confusion. He remembered his father's voice saying, "Son, when I'm gone, protect our name." How could his father say that and leave everything to a stranger? He looked through old photos, text messages, and documents. There was no sign of Amaka, not even a mention. The next day, Obinna confronted Mr. Adewale in his office. "Sir, this doesn't feel right. My father would never do this." Adewale, calm as ever, replied, "Chief made changes a few weeks before his death. He was within his rights. Obinna didn't buy it. Did he sign this while sedated? Did he even know what he was signing?" Adewale's lips tightened, but he said nothing. That was Obinna's final confirmation. He decided to investigate. He couldn't allow lies to destroy everything his father built. Obinna hired a private investigator, a retired detective named Tunde Adeyemi. Tunde was known for exposing a major corruption ring in Lagos years back. Tunde took the case seriously. "We'll get to the bottom of this," he said. Within days, Tunde tracked down Amaka Nwosu. She was real, a boutique worker in Asaba, not wealthy, no obvious ties to the Okoro family. However, security logs from the family compound showed Amaka had visited 3 times within the month before Chief Ikena's death. Meanwhile, hospital records revealed that Chief Ikena had been admitted for chest pains during that same period and had been administered strong sedatives. Tunde began to suspect that someone took advantage of Chief Ikena's weak condition to forge the new will. Tunde's next breakthrough came from the notary public listed on the new will. The notary, a man named Patrick, was hesitant at first, but after some legal pressure, he cracked. I never met Chief Ikena. I was paid to stamp a document already signed. Meanwhile, Tunde brought in a forensic handwriting analyst who confirmed what Obinna feared: the signature was scanned and printed. A digital forgery. Phone records further revealed a trail of communication between Mr. Adiwale and Amaka, including several large money transfers just days after the will was signed. The evidence was piling up. Let me pause and ask you this. What would you do if you discovered someone had faked your father's will to steal everything he worked for? Would you let it go or fight like Obinna did? Drop your thoughts in the comments, we read every single one. And if you're still here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more shocking viral African stories every week. Obinna filed a lawsuit against Mr. Adewale and Amaka Nwosu. Court proceedings began in Awka High Court. News spread fast. Reporters, bloggers, and curious citizens filled the courtroom. Adiwale hired an elite legal team, but Obinna came armed with the truth. Witnesses were called, documents were examined. The courtroom was tense. Under intense questioning, Amaka finally broke down. He told me Chief wanted to reward me for services. I didn't ask questions, but I didn't know the will was fake, at least not at first. Murmurs swept through the court. The truth was coming out. After weeks of hearings, the judge delivered his verdict. Mr. Adewale, guilty of forgery, fraud, and conspiracy. Sentenced to 12 years in prison. Amaka Nwosu, complicity with a lighter sentence and court-ordered restitution. The original will was restored. Obinna and his siblings inherited the rightful estate. The courtroom erupted in applause, but for Obinna, it wasn't joy, it was relief. The case left the town shaken. Some people still believed Amaka had a deeper connection to Chief Ikena, but Obinna wasn't interested in rumors. He rebuilt the family business, started a legal aid nonprofit, and vowed to help others fight injustice. I fought not just for money, he told a local radio host, but for honor. My father's name deserves peace.
Would you have the courage to fight? Tell us in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true viral African stories that expose lies and celebrate truth. My name is Obinna Okoro, and I prove that the truth, no matter how long it's buried, always finds the light.